Rey Mysterio just revealed the deep situation that he got WWE in, so we'll see what that's about. We'll also check out what's new with Alexa Bliss, Ava, and more. Starting things off with Ava and what's being reported for her. Ava made waves when she first signed with WWE back in 2020. There was instant hype and high expectations from Ava since she is The Rock's daughter and has that family tie to the bloodline after all, and she progressed through the rankings pretty quickly. She went from being used as a crowd extra during the pandemic era to making her NXT debut, to joining the Schism faction, and then entered the role of becoming an authority figure on WWE television. After being a great assistant to Shawn Michaels for so long, he gave her the role of being the official NXT general manager, and that's the role she's been in ever since. Ava instantly became the youngest on-screen authority figure that the company has ever seen, and fans have been really excited to know what comes next for Ava following this run as general manager. Well, WWE has teased a few things in recent memory, like back in 2023 when they showed Paul Heyman speaking to Ava in private, while directly pointing at the Bloodline's phone case. So that moment had fans hyped up for a while there. The Bloodline adding their first official on-screen woman to the group has been a popular topic over the last few years. Some fans thought it would be Naomi, others thought Nia Jax, but when Ava and Heyman's conversation aired, many thought the honor could be headed Ava's way. Unfortunately, there's no real follow-up to that Ava and Paul Heyman conversation. Maybe that was them just planting some extremely early seeds, and they'll pay that interaction off in the coming years, who knows. But there is a new report regarding the near future plans for Ava in NXT. WrestleVotes reports that the company allegedly has some major plans set in place for Ava that's coming up real soon. Their report claimed Ava will soon take up a role and personality similar to The Rock's final boss persona. She will carry herself the same way her father carried himself in 2024 with that persona, and it could eventually lead towards an in-ring return for Ava. Obviously, Ava doesn't want to be general manager forever, so maybe her taking up this final boss persona is a good way to give her some extra reps and ease her back into the in-ring competition. But the way the report describes it, it looks like Ava will still be NXT general manager while she returns to in-ring competition. So she's going to have all this authority while she's competing in the ring. So maybe we'll see things from Ava that The Rock did during his WrestleMania 40 match. The Rock's match that night was a standard tag team match, but when things started getting wild, The Rock told the referee not to call for the countouts or disqualifications, or else The Rock would fire him on the spot. And that moment in action from The Rock worked, and was believable, since The Rock is a member of the board of directors. So with Ava still being the general manager in these matches, maybe we'll see her flex her powers the same way The Rock did, and manipulate the match rules to be in her favor. Of course, hearing all these details and rumored plans for Ava, this most definitely has heel written all over it. No way this persona with these actions will be portrayed as a babyface. So no doubt, this specific run would be a heel run for Ava. And honestly, it's a pretty decent character arc for Ava. At the start, she was a humble and caring individual that wanted to help backstage in any way she possibly could. She gets rewarded with the general manager role, but eventually just grows corrupt and mad with power, which leads her to this female version of the final boss persona eventually coming to the surface. And once she gets going through that arc, gets called up down the line, which side of the bloodline would Ava side with? Will we see her back in contact with Paul Heyman? The major plans appear to be underway there, so keep an eye on Ava. She may just be a general manager right now, but all signs point to big things coming for her in the near future. Now let's get into this big story coming from Rey Mysterio on how he accidentally got WWE into some major trouble. Something you see a lot of in pro wrestling is wrestlers cosplaying their ring gears as popular fictional characters or other pop culture figures. And one of the superstars who always gets used to go viral with their cosplaying ring gears was Rey Mysterio. Rey's favorite way of doing this was recreating popular superhero costumes, but replacing their hero logo with his own. Rey has done them all. He's been dressed as Captain America, Spider-Man, Batman, Silver Surfer, the Joker, the Flash. Just any superhero you can think of. Rey most likely came out in the ring gear based on them at some point. But during a recent interview with Adrian Hernandez on Unlikely, Rey Mysterio revealed that the reason why he has to slow down with the superhero-themed ring gear is because WWE started to receive cease and desist letters from Marvel and DC Comics, threatening legal action if the ring gear is continued from Rey Mysterio. So if you're wondering why it's been a while since Rey's brought out some superhero cosplay, this appears to be the reason why. And it's a bit unfortunate because those superhero ring gears from Rey are some of the fan favorites for sure, but he just won't be allowed to use them again unless he makes them drastically different from the superhero's actual looks. Now let's get into a very brief but interesting potential teaser for a big feud with Alexa Bliss that could be coming down the line. And this teaser took place on the February 7th edition of Smackdown, as Nia Jax was speaking with Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair about how she planned on winning the WWE Women's title back. She was interrupted by Alexa Bliss, who made her way to the ring. Alexa did not participate in any exchange of words with Nia Jax and the other women, but there was this real cool shot of Alexa and Nia having a stare down with each other, all while Nia was protecting Candice from Alexa and holding Candice back with one arm. A very brief, wordless interaction, but it still speaks volumes because of this extremely rich history between Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax. Remember that way before Tiffany Stratton, way before Candice LeRae, it was Alexa Bliss who was Nia Jax's best friend, and they were absolutely inseparable from each other. They even had a tag team name for their duo, and that was Team Rude. They did everything together and were close friends all the way from their time in NXT to Monday Night Raw. But their on-screen friendship took a bump on the road after Alexa was seen talking about Nia Jax behind her back. That led to the whole big WrestleMania 34 program between Alexa and Nia that ended with Nia overcoming her backstabbing former best friend and becoming the women's champion for the first time. Alexa and Nia have had brief run-ins with each other since that feud first took place, but they never really met again in a singles feud ever since that all went down in 2018. And when you talk about Alexa Bliss's character and other Wyatt-related characters, they're all very big on history, former foes, and all things coming full circle. So sticking to that usual Wyatt universe theme, it would be pretty fitting if Alexa Bliss reignited her feud with Nia Jax, based off their intense history with each other. Revisit those former events, and maybe Alexa's looking for some retribution against Nia Jax for that big loss that took place all those years ago. So it was interesting that they had that little showdown, because that would be a very nice non-title feud for Alexa fresh off her return. So we'll see if they decide to turn that into a feud in the near future. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.